All right, welcome back everybody to another Culz reviews. We're doing this back on Zoom today because Colorado decided to go snow one day after 85 degrees and kind of ruined some of our filming plans, but no worries. We will film some more dinosaur related videos with toys, even if Sam told you no. Uh,
I
but
didn't
as
tell him.
usual, you did. You said we won't need those. I saw that comment.
No, I said who let Keegan out is what I said. It didn't say anything about no.
Uh, but as usual, my name is Keegan. Joining me today is.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
Sam.
Matt.
All right, so today we watched Bob Lazar, Area 51, and Flying Saucers. It's been one that I know we've kind of tossed around in the group. I don't think we've actually told you guys we wanted to watch it, and we will say it was definitely something that we watched. If you guys know anything about the UFO world, Bob Lazar is definitely a big name within like that whole zeitgeist. You got Alan Hynek, you got Barney and Betty Hill, you got Travis Walton, who they made a movie, Fire in the Sky. I don't know. You guys should know Bob Lazar worked at Area 51 or S4, recreating flying saucers, is what he said. And so that's pretty much what this story talks about. We'll just kind of jump around real quick. Starting with Matt, did you learn anything from this documentary?
Nothing that I already didn't know. I mean, no, not really.
Sam, what about you? Did you learn anything new today?
Not really too much, nothing new. But I will have to say, Keegan, the technical term for it is not recreating, it's called reverse engineering. They're reverse engineering spacecrafts to be like functionable to us.
Because what he talked about was the Element 115, which exists now. He said that's what they were trying to fly with, or what they used to fly, because it's different than jet propulsion or anything like that. There's not that energy coming in one side and going out the other, kind of bending space time in a way. Andrew, did you learn anything today?
That was basically it, was the design of the craft. I thought it was pretty, I mean, I've never really had it explained to me how a craft like that would work, but just the different generators and stuff like that for the propulsion and explaining how it actually worked. I thought that was pretty neat.
I did like when he was drawing it and kind of showing where everything was.
I thought it was kind of funny that he signed it at the end.
Right. I liked how he drew a heart around it too.
Yeah. As kind of help understand the fields of the gravity fields and the propulsion of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so overall, before we get into spoilers, did you guys enjoy this film? Matt,
It was all right.
what would you rate it?
6.5.
6.5 out of 10? Okay. Sam, what about you?
From the other little short we watched, I don't feel very weaponized as he proclaimed to be. I know. I was hoping he was going to say weaponized at least once during it.
Let's get weaponized.
I would probably give it a 5.5.
Okay.
No, let's go 5.
5. Andrew, what about you?
I would probably give it a 5 as well. I mean, it took a lot longer than it needed to. I mean, they probably could have cut it down to 55 minutes instead of an hour and a half. There was so many unnecessary scenes with the guy that made the documentary in it. And he was literally doing no work in it. It was just him just
Sitting
talking
there.
on a phone or sitting in a bathroom. I mean, they really just could have done it without a lot of things in the documentary. I mean, even the voiceover guy was kind of irritating.
You didn't like Mickey Rourke?
The mumbling in it, it's what got me. When you can't hear very well and you need to have freaking subtitles for everything when you're watching shit, it makes it difficult.
Hey, but they might like our condors or kimonos or whatever the fuck they do. Best line in the whole movie. Yeah, for me, I think it depends on how much you know the story. If you don't know too much and you're brand new, probably a 6 out of 10, I'd say. If you know a lot of the story, I would say a 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as people have made it out to be, or at least we've watched some pretty bad stuff. So it's definitely not as bad as some of the bad stuff we've watched, I'll say. But there was some editing choices that I was like, why?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because like at the beginning when Bob was talking, and then you hear him talking normally and then robotically, like they put that in, or there
Right.
was a jump cut for no reason, just like boom, boom, and then why are you like I don't know. It was strangely edited, but I won't knock it. You know,
Who was the guy that did the documentary again?
I think this is Jeremy Corbell. I think it's only his second film, so I won't knock him for that. At least he's out trying to do what he loves to do and get out that message.
Yeah.
It makes me want to see the Skinwalker one a little bit, see what that one's about.
All right.
Sam is saying no. Sam, why do you say no?
I mean, for one, it's not going to have Bob Lazar, which is actually pretty interesting. And
I definitely think Bob should have just been in it the whole time. There was no reason why the guy that made the documentary should have been in it that much. If you had just left it with just Bob talking the whole time, it would have been fine. The documentary probably would have been like 45 minutes long and you would have gotten everything you wanted out of it.
Well, and you know what I thought too? Because Jeremy can talk, like he's a pretty good talker.
Mhm.
He could have just narrated the film.
He could have done that too.
Like as I was watching, I was like, this would have been much better if Jeremy. And I get it, Mickey Rourke's a big name, but the film quality would have been better. Matt, do you want to watch the Skinwalker one now? Like, are you weaponized to go watch it?
Not quite.
All right, so spoilerly, like anything that jumped out to you guys, like Matt, anything spoiler wise that made you go, while watching this? It could do anything with editing, the story, Bob, Jeremy, whatever.
Well, I mean, your typical government, they do everything to try to cover up, their trails. Like, oh, he never worked for us, and that's where you always start to wonder. It's like maybe there is something behind it because the government doesn't just go erasing your history unless they're trying to cover something.
And there's no reason for me to doubt his story. Like it's very possible he worked at Area 51 and at S4 doing what he said. Sam, anything spoiler wise you want to talk about?
I mean, kind of like yours, like hearing Bob Lazar kind of talk about it, it did kind of seem like he did experience some things and his story might actually be true. It's just everybody that tries to portray it kind of makes him seem like he is making it up. And that could be the whole government thing, is where they're hiring these people to try and discredit him or make him seem like he has not experienced this or dealt with it.
Well, he also seems like he's done with it. Like he doesn't want to talk about it no more. At least that's kind of the vibe I got off of him watching the film was like he's like, I've explained this so many times, I don't want to keep going over it.
Yeah. I mean, it gets to a point where you're just like, I don't have anything new to say. Like, what are you expecting? Like, here's the story again.
Right. Andrew, what about you? Any spoilers wise you want to talk about?
To me, really the only intriguing parts was Bob. Whether it was real or not, he did sound quite convincing throughout most of the time. And he did sound like he was getting pretty bored of telling the story.
Yeah.
He kind of got that sense about it.
He kind of looked like he was yelling at a minute at Jeremy. But the big question, Andrew, did this pass your sleep test?
Yes, it did.
You didn't fall asleep.
No, because most of the time I was standing up watching it, or I was building something while I was watching it.
Oh yeah, see, no, it didn't pass my sleep test. I did definitely pass out a little bit.
Oh, I definitely did. I missed the whole bathroom part.
Yeah, so did
I
I.
was gonna say I missed the bathroom part too. I didn't see that one, so that must have been when I took like quick 10-minute nap.
I remember seeing like that before we went in. So I was like, all right, I'm ready for these shots. No, naughty. I couldn't even stay up for it. All right, guys. So that's just going to be our brief little review today. It's 90 minutes. You can find it on Amazon Prime if you so desire. As you've heard our recommendations, you might not want to, but at the same time, you might have the curiosity like we did. So if you guys do want to check that out, I'll link that in the descriptions below. As always, we appreciate you guys checking out our videos. We got lots of cool stuff coming up for you. Like I said, we do got a cool dinosaur video. I know you guys like that. Been working pretty hard on one. We got some cool Roswell videos as well as some Billy the Kid stuff coming up. So stay tuned. We're working hard on that. If you guys want to see more Culz reviews, click that link to the left. If you want to see more about what we're doing here at Culz Paranormal, click that link to your right. And don't forget to hit the like and give us a subscribe.
Subscribe and switch that notification bell from personalized to all if you want to be notified on all the videos.
Let us know, have you watched this documentary? And what do you think of the Bob Lazar story? Truth or fiction?